Ready?
Uh-huh.
It's dark in there, did you see that? Oh.
Stop poking my chin. Stop stroking my face.
Live with it.
Ready?
I think so. Hopefully it'll stay like that.
Are you gonna do it?
Camera's this side now.
Christ.
At the bottom.
Christ.
No, top.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
My name is Darren.
I'm Graham.
And we have just watched Shane Meadows' Donk and Scor-Zay-Zee.
We have.
That is a fact.
Donk and Scor-Zay-Zee.
Tell us what it was about, Graham.
It's about this guy, and he manages a band. It's a solo act.
It's a mockumentary.
It's a mockumentary, sorry. That's probably the most important piece of information, especially if you don't know anything about it before watching it.
Which most people probably don't. It's not a very famous film.
And basically, he's got high aspirations for this guy he's managing, and does his best to use his contacts in the industry to get him a shot at stardom. And
well, he's basically become Donk, who's the manager of the two, is basically a roadie for the Arctic Monkeys, and during his roadieing, the other guy manages to blag himself a little spot on the stage before their gig.
Yes.
Yeah.
With lots of highs and lows in between.
Yeah. Also, Donk has got a pregnant wife. A pregnant ex-girlfriend, which is sort of a commitment of his.
Yeah. Provide some of the
hijinks.
Yeah.
What did you think? Oh, excuse me.
I
Bless
enjoyed.
me.
Bless you.
Thank you.
I really enjoyed it. Obviously,
Me too.
you might be able to tell from all the laughter that was popping out of my face.
I know. I was literally vomiting laughter into
I
the
heard,
world.
and I heard that it's still wet on the floor from all the laughter. Laughter.
That was something else.
Oh my god. Yeah. No. Laughter was the main output from me during that film.
What kind of noise do you usually make during
No,
films?
not just noises, but sadness ones for sad films.
I've never seen you sad during a film.
No.
What
because I sit in front of you.
What film has made you sad?
The Fox and the Hound by Disney.
Did it make you sad that they made such a shoddy film?
What are you talking about? Why do you have to do this?
Do what?
Why?
It is a shoddy film.
What are you talking? What? This is not about the Fox and the Hound.
It's a famously shoddy film.
It's not. It's good. It's nice. It's lovely.
Well,
and it's really
I'm
heartfelt and sorrowful.
Well,
I always throughout that entire film I'd go like I just did before.
Yeah.
It's my sad noise.
Right.
It's a sad film.
Oh, yeah, I think we're fine.
Anyway,
so
heartless.
Yes, heartless.
Heart like a brick on a string.
Yeah, well, you're not the first to say that, but that doesn't mean you're right. But anyway, so this film was very funny, you say?
Yes, there was lots of funny moments. We're being really kind of vacant here. I think it's best to start off with. Well, actually, it's a film by Shane Meadows, and he stars in this one.
He does.
Weirdly.
At first, because he's holding the camera, and at first he's just filming and chipping in.
He's a cameraman.
But then he kind of does become a full character in it. Like, he's...
Well, he's on their journey, and I mean, in other famous mockumentaries, would you say that?
Yeah, Marty DeBurgy's in Spinal Tap.
Yeah, like you.
Although
you get
he's
the voice
called Marty
every now and
DeBurgy, not Rob Reiner.
Yeah. So it's kind of interesting that you get that kind of. You often do get the input from behind the camera, not in
biggest comparison.
Do you find that in documentaries a lot? The fact that the cameraman joins in.
Well, he's not usually the cameraman. Usually he's the director. Well, I don't know. If you get like a Louis Theroux type thing, it obviously is like following him around.
Yeah, but not the cameraman.
Well, no, but Shane Meadows would be like the Louis Theroux type person, wouldn't he? Just happens to be filming it as well, holding the camera.
So, but anyway,
you didn't believe me, did you?
But it's an interesting. It's an interesting,
yeah, it is.
And I really enjoyed it.
Could you see any comparisons to previous Meadows films? We've been going through a bit of a Shane Meadows season. Well, we didn't watch Once Upon a Time in the Midlands because it's rubbish, and we won't be watching the Stone Roses documentary that he made because I haven't got it. It's just a constant film, so...
Fair enough.
Couldn't be bothered. I'm not a big fan of the Stone Roses.
Well, weirdly, now you said it, you've got the parenthood, you've got the fatherhood thing going on again, haven't you?
Have I?
Well, he's becoming father. She's
suppose.
pregnant, and he's.
Yeah, I mean, it's not quite the same.
It's not the same. Because
that's just saying there's a dad in it.
Even in Donk and Scor-Zay-Zee, he actually says, like, he's talking about Shane Meadows and how, you know, he uses, like, you know, real people and kids off the streets and stuff like that. He makes it kind of real and stuff.
Technically, yeah. Well, that's the other thing. Don't forget your point, because I'm going to go on a tangent. No. Is that I have a bit of a brain fart whenever things kind of, when fiction contradicts with reality in terms of movies. So, in Ocean's 12, for example, there's a bit in it where they're walking along and Julia Roberts' character has gotten into somewhere by pretending to be Julia Roberts, the actress, because they look alike. And my head just exploded because it's just like, whoa, hang on a second. Yeah. If Ocean's 12 is set in a world where Julia Roberts exists, even though Julia Roberts is one of the characters in the cast of the film, why does nobody else think that he looks like George Clooney and she looks like Brad Pitt? And that kind of thing. And there's a bit where she then bumps into Bruce Willis, and it just... So is that the real Bruce Willis, or is this a matter... You know, who knows? There's a bit in... obviously, Paddy Considine is the main character, who's also been in things like Romeo Browns and Dead Man's Shoes. And at the opening, Shane Meadows is saying to him, like, you've seen my films, haven't you? And he's going, yeah, I've seen your films. And I was thinking, what the fuck were you watching? yeah. And is this a world where Shane Meadows has only made, like, one film? Or is this a Julia Roberts situation where you were watching it thinking, that guy looks like me? Or is it a third alternate world where that's just that's a different character, that's a different actor? You know, Robert Carlyle played him in Dead Man's Shoes. Yeah. So, I mean, it's a minor quibble, and I realise it's my own.
Well, nobody ever actually... I mean, they use names and stuff, but they never actually mention any films or...
No, I mean, if they'd said Dead Man's Shoes, I'd have to switch the film off. I wouldn't be able to cope.
yeah. I wouldn't have blamed you. Was that your point?
Yes, and now go back to your point.
Yeah.
The one I said, don't forget, and go on the tangent.
Right. It was about fatherhood and stuff. Oh, it was about him saying about how the fact that you've got...
Use people from the street.
Yeah, and about real people and stuff like that.
Yeah, because that's what reminded me, because he was one of them. Because Room for Romeo Brass was his first film.
Yes. I can't remember my point.
I think that was your point. I don't know what your point was.
I think I was moving on to like the whole fatherhood thing, and then it's the fact that now he is kind of in that position now, and it's kind of... It's weird how... I don't
think the fatherhood thing was a big thing in this. No, it just happened. I think it's just a coincidence to a degree. It's like it's a big thing in his other films, but in this there just happens to be a dad in it.
I think it's almost kind of like a strong mix of war.
Admiring the theory being formed over here.
Right, you can see it happening. Yeah. You can see the cogs whirring away.
Got something on our way.
Yeah. No, I was just thinking like he's kind of Paddy Considine in this is almost like an amalgamation between all the kids and all the adults, like because. On one side, he's like the aggressive types that you often find. He's also the the mental kind of just wacky, zany types.
The man-child type.
Yeah, he's the sentimental type sitting at the table at the inside the little camper van and his mate.
Yeah, he's proper selfish though. It's a bit Alan Partridge where everything he's saying is about him and David Brentish.
Fully, yeah, and he always has to turn it back on himself.
Yeah, so even if he's being sentimental, it could just be because he's thinking he wants to be seen as sentimental. So let's share a sentimental memory.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's all for the camera.
Yeah, because he's like telling Shane Meadows where to edit.
Yeah,
He's being filmed saying, "Oh, cut that," or "Cut here." Don't show this bit.
Even the very last shot is him looking at the camera, going,
"Yeah."
But I'm thinking like he's also part of like the kids as well because he's learning about how to kind of like deal with his problems in his little in his rubbish little band managerial role sort of thing. So he's kind of dealing with that, which is kind of what you'd put as a kid's orientated story. Like, that's not an adult-themed lifestyle that he's living in this film, but he's also faced with this reality of adulthood and being this father kind of figure.
To a degree. I don't think she wants him very involved.
No, and neither does he, I don't think either.
No, I don't think that either.
But it's just, I don't know, it's kind of interesting. I mean, even though admittedly it's a minor detail in the film, but it's kind of interesting that you've got both of those themes kind of mixed in my opinion. I mean, it's all subjective anyway, isn't it? But
why do we even bother talking?
But it's just the fact that they are so, these themes are prevalent in the rest of his library. I mean, I've seen the ones that...
Well, we've only missed two.
Yeah. So
I mean, obviously this will also link into the Stone Roses documentary because that really is just filming a music gig like this sort of was.
Yeah.
But now you've seen most of Shane Meadows' films, and certainly the good ones. What is your final verdict on Mr. Meadows'
Great. Really good. I mean, did you say the other day that people often put Wheatley and
No.
Meadows in the same kind of area?
No.
Do they not?
No, not that I've read, but I
think I would because they're
they're
kind of low key
English-British filmmakers that make, for now, low-budget movies. So I suppose they're vaguely comparable. But I mean, you could also compare Shane Meadows to Ken Loach, or more likely.
Yeah.
More particularly Ken Loach, I suppose.
Well, in my experience, I've seen more of those two and stuff, and I'd probably still prefer Wheatley, but
yeah, I probably prefer Ben Wheatley too. But I haven't seen the This Is England TV show. Who knows? Maybe that will be the one that switches it for me.
Is it meant to be good?
Yeah. Anyway, been over 10 minutes. Nobody's seen the Donk and Scor-Zay-Zee, really, I don't think.
No.
So my advice would be go and watch it. It's 72 minutes long. Literally, you can't do worse for that.
Everyone's got 70 minutes spare, haven't they? I mean,
over the course of a week, at least.
You don't have to. Don't split it up throughout the week to
no,
watch it.
If you've got 72 spare minutes in a week, compile them, compress them, and then just when you've got the 72 minutes at the end because you've compressed everything else, squeeze this film in then.
Yeah. That's you've got no excuse now.
Nope.
He's planned it all out for you.
I have. That thing you were going to do then, do it earlier.
Yeah.
And then just keep doing that, and you'll have 72 minutes at the end.
And things that you're not sure about or don't really want to do, just don't do them. And you probably you could watch it twice.
Yeah, and then
gained another hour there.
If we stop this now, they'll gain more time.
That's true. Okay, well, go buy it and then watch it.
Bye.
Buy it. Buy it. There's no conflict.